Hey guys, thank you for tuning into the video. So recently I've had this on my mind where, I was thinking about the past, looking out there, looking out there and all that stuff. But, it's get those moments where you just start to zone out pretty much. And you begin to think about all the stupid things you did and the things you wish you could have done things differently. But that's not why you're here. But on today's video, we're going to be talking about why I wouldn't trade my experiences I have had, like this one right now, for anything in the world, including starting a business or especially locking yourself in your room, like going at the grind. And you know what? Each one of us is trying to push ourselves these days. And so, but it's important to, just to take a step back and enjoy what's in front of us. Because think about it. Why would you want to lock yourself in your room when you can just enjoy all of this, And isn't that what life is all about? Having experiences, enjoying the things of Mother Nature, and enjoy the sweet humming of the birds, the wind through the grass, and the gushes of wind as it moves around. But it's also the people that make these experiences more enjoyable. Like now, I wish I had my best friend with me right now. But unfortunately, he can't, But situations are different. Now, I'm not saying that making money is bad or anything, but, it's just that I would rather have this, all these flowers and the buzzing of bees around me, than being inside typing on my laptop, And I find that quite boring. Now answer me this. Would you rather remember this? All these little flowers, these white flowers, all the bees buzzing in between them, and the birds in the trees chirping at you? Or would you remember the time you just typed on your laptop and all that stuff? As a teen, especially if you're making a business or you want to go ghost mode or want to lock in or all those things. I personally would love this more than just doing pretty much anything, really. Because I find during this time I can truly think to myself, But it's also the people that make these experiences more enjoyable. Because locking in your room just damages your relationships with those around you, And it's really not good, because once you've finished your business and all these things, what then? Who are you going to talk to? Because all your friends have left you, because you, one, didn't want to hang out with them, you wanted to be by yourself, wanted to make yourself better. And I understand that, and I have nothing against it, and there's plenty of good reasons for it. So just, you want to retire your parents early, or just want to become more financially stable, But it's often with the relationships with those around you that makes it so much more enjoyable, And social media nowadays has also pretty much brainwashed teenagers, Because we spend how many hours on social media, whether it's Instagram or YouTube or Snapchat or anything to do with connecting with our friends, And social media has placed this thing on us, this target or expectation we need to meet in order to become successful, you know what I mean? But the problem is, maybe it's not what you enjoy, Maybe it's art that you enjoy, creating things. And you're forced to make a business. And although that is quite good and everything, but doing that just comes with a lot of more stress. Pretty much. Comes with pretty much a lot of stress. And so, let me tell you this. Most of the time, those guys that you see on Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those different platforms that you see those people like showing off their business, how they got rich, how they get cars, how POV, nobody believed in you and it was only you. You know, I find that I feel kind of bad for the person, you know. And so when you look at these social media influencers nowadays, they always want to try sell something, whether it's a product or service, you know. Whether it's a product or service, they always just want to entice you to buy these different products and things, when you can't buy this. Where as far as the eye can see, it's just ocean. And how beautiful nature really is, you know. This can't be bought. And I truly believe that this cannot be bought, and I believe that every person should experience having a nice, open, calming environment around them. Once you've reached that million, right? What's next? What is that next billion, that XXX amount of dollars? You know what I mean? Because those who are already rich and have plenty and abundance, they feel like it's not enough. And when will it be enough, I ask? And you know, I find this is enough. Okay, hold on. And so I can relate, right? Because I was exactly like any other teen who scrolled on social media, found the next biggest scheme to make money, right? And I was thinking of all the possibilities I could do, like retiring my parents, helping those around me financially, especially. And so I eventually contacted the person and gave him my money. And boy, was I wrong. I thought to myself when I started that course was that it was time to lock in, you know? Time to lock in, where I was going to give everything up just to do this thing. Nothing else mattered until I reached this goal. I might not reach it now, but in 3 or 4 months I will. And so the problem is that I tried to love both God and money. For context, I'm a Christian. And so I was trying to balance both God and money. And since I was trying to balance both of those, one of the days I was reminded about Matthew 6 verse 24 to 26 is that no one can serve two masters. You'll either hate the one and love the other, or despise the one and the other. You cannot serve God and money. And once I saw that and I realized what I was doing, I immediately stopped the course and basically blocked him and removed him pretty much. And I'm glad I did, because it was expensive. Unnecessarily expensive. And so I thought I was wasting my money and all that stuff with, yeah, but it is what it is, you know. You learn from the mistakes, you know. And also I remember a verse from John, and it's a parable of the harvest, the parable of the harvest. I'm not quite sure what the name is, but it goes something along the lines of this. And it's that this farmer had a plentiful harvest that summer, during that season of planting or harvesting. and he had plenty of food, and he stored everything up in his barns and storage facilities and all those things. And so after that, he thought to himself, I can just chill, you know. I'm set for the next 5 to 10 years. I don't need to worry about nothing. I don't need to worry about nothing. And so he just chilled. And the Lord eventually took all of that away from him, because he did not give thanks to the Lord for what he has provided to him. So I just want to tell you this one last thing before we end the video. And it's that a movie is made out of a character going places, seeing places, doing things that makes the movie so enjoyable to watch.